everybody. Good morning, freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, freedom fighters. How y'all doing this morning? Just wanted to do this quick live stream because I feel like this is very important, man. We live in a society where people think that you have to do everything the way you want them to do it. That there's no such thing as unknown variables, nuance. Everybody has to do it your way, right? A lot of influencers, a lot of celebrities, a lot of doctors, a lot of professionals, people that think that they have some level of expertise in a thing. They want you to be on their program, right? Everyone wants you to be on their program, no matter what you're talking about. Whether you're talking about diet, whether you talk about politics, whether you talk about sports. There's no room for individual identity, right? We have lost individualism in this society, in this world. Not just in the United States, but all over the world, right? We're getting closer to that being fully realized. Everybody wants everybody to be on the same page, and that's not how life works. And what I want to talk about right now and how that relates to eating lifestyle, right? Because more than ever, there are so many different eating lifestyles that people try to push on you, right? They want you to, whether it's plant-based, meat-based, carnivore, keto, Mediterranean, all this, that, and the third, when you're so busy trying to follow someone else's eating lifestyle or lifestyle period that you forget how to discover what yours should be. And that is the perfect eating lifestyle for you, is when you figure out for yourself what your eating lifestyle should be, right? For some people can eat a vegan diet for 30, 40 years and never have health issues, never eat meat, never eat any animal-based product. They can eat soy, they can eat whatever they want that's plant-based. You know what I'm saying? And still be all right. I know people like that. Not very many. There's this woman in California. I forgot she has a vegan restaurant. And she's like 70-something years old. She looked like she's 35. But according to her, she don't eat no meat. She don't eat no animal products. But then I know, and I look at people that eat the vegan lifestyle, and they look sick. They don't look healthy. They look frail. They break bones easily. And likewise, I know people that eat animal-based diets, and now I'm not gonna lie. I don't know a lot of people that eat animal-based, right? Meaning they eat mostly 80 to 90% animal-based products. And I don't see very many unhealthy people that eat like that. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I see more unhealthy vegans than I do see unhealthy carnivores and meat-based diet people. And then also, there's a difference between meat-based and carnivore. I tend to see more sick people that are carnivore than meat-based. And the sick people that are carnivore aren't necessarily like detrimentally sick. Like they might need to eat more, they might need to consume more electrolytes, or they might need to eat a little bit more carbs, but it's never as dire as what I see when people eat plant-based. And I'm not saying that meat-based is better, but if you look at the data, if you look at the facts, it just appears to be that way. But the bottom line is you have to find out what eating lifestyle fits you the best. And there's an easy way to do that, right? Because I can tell you what works for everybody, what works for every human being, no matter who you are, no matter what your blood type is, no matter how metabolically healthy or unhealthy you are. I know one thing that you can do that works for everybody. Eliminate processed bullshit. Notice I said processed bullshit and not processed foods, because people confuse what processed is, because you can eat food that you put through a process that'll be healthy, right? Like smoking meat, you know what I'm saying? Or like dry aging, or, adding vinegar and all these different things that you can do to food to kind of mix it up a little bit, to preserve it or whatever you want to do. You can salt food. That's a process. What I talk about when I say processed foods is eliminating industrial seed oils. That's not good for anybody. No human being in the world should be consuming industrial seed oils. What's an industrial seed oil? It is a seed oil where the seed of a particular plant has been put through a process where they need to add chemicals to it. They have to deodorize it. They have to add bleach to it, all those different things to get the oil out. Right? Not even just to get the oil out. They have to put it through so many cycles to get oil from the seed. And it takes so many seeds to get a little bit of oil. So you get that little bit of oil, and that's not it. You have to put the oil through all these different processes. You got to add bleach to it. You got to deodorize it. You got to preheat it. You got to boil it. All this bullshit. If you have to do all that to consume food, you don't need to consume it. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see you all in the building. Lewis H2K6 was good. Ray's was good. I'm good, man. Imran Khan was good. Eric, you just farted. That's what's up. Very relieving. You might want to think about what you're eating that's making you fart like that. What if the wife who knows the matter leaves? Huh? I don't understand that question. Rapeseed oil, exactly. So, what are the different seed oils? You got rapeseed oil, which is also canola oil. You got peanut oil. You got soybean oil. All these different oils where it's not. By the time you get the oil, it's no longer a plant. It's just chemical, right? It's chemical fat. What's good, Smile? Lil LOL, what's good? Y'all names are hilarious. But think about it. None of that is good for any human being. Food dyes, that's not good. Artificial sweeteners. When I say artificial sweeteners, I'm talking about actual artificial sweeteners. People like to claim that like monk fruits extract and stevia and natural sugar alcohols, they call that artificial sweeteners. Those aren't artificial sweeteners. Those are natural sweeteners that are produced by the fruit. You understand what I'm saying? The fruit goes through a certain fermentation process. Now, you still got to understand that even those sweeteners are coming from companies that also make processed foods that might do certain things to these sweeteners to stretch it out or to make it more sweet. At the end of the day, you got to figure out how to, in my mind, I'm always trying to get to where I don't need to buy food from these big food companies, right? And because that's how we used to do it, right? Before we had grocery stores where, Nabisco and Coke and all these different companies made all this processed food, we got food on our own. Like even if we go to the general store in a local town and they're selling you food that they're getting from actual farmers and whatnot and ranchers. They're not getting food from a big food plant, right? So the perfect diet for the human being is the diet or the eating lifestyle that you figure out works for you. You understand what I'm saying? But what works for everybody is to eliminate all that processed food, the industrial seed oils, the foods with all those ingredients. Look at the label, look at the ingredients. If you can't pronounce the ingredients, which that's not really a good way to tell, right? Because there are some, just look up. Matter of fact, if you don't recognize the word, look it up and find out what it is. That's what Google is for, right? You can look on Google, you can look on the internet, find out, okay, what is this? What is this shit? And if you discover that it was made in a lab and chemically processed, right, in a lab, you might want to eliminate that, because a lot of this stuff does horrible things within your body on a molecular level, right? It blocks enzymes so that your cells can't take up certain nutrients, right? They block nutrients, right? They cause inflammation. They cause inflammation in your fat cells, so your fat cells might become inflamed and make you get fat, right? All these different things, and a lot of these toxins that these foods create are stored in your fat cells, right? They're stored in your fat cells. So all these toxins, your body has to do something with it, right? And what it'll do is it'll put it in the fat cells for later, in the event that you burn this fat and extract it from your body. What's good, 22 Ronin? Will ZPI was good. Glow, well, happy Hanukkah. It's not anywhere close to Hanukkah, but okay. Answer this. I'm a chocoholic. What's good, Jay? I don't have a problem with chocolate. Chocolate does not cause me inflammation. Now, if there's a chocolate bar and it has soy lecithin and all this and processed sugar in it, that's when it becomes a problem. Now, I wouldn't replace the chocolate. Just find the chocolate that doesn't have all that bullshit in it. Maybe I like 85% dark chocolate. I like chocolate bars that have honey in it, because honey does not give me inflammation. Honey has calories in it that I can consume a bunch of honey, and it's like it doesn't have any negative effect on me. Like honey, maple syrup. Some people can consume that type of stuff and not have any issues. Some people can't. You just have to figure out what's good for you. What car do I own? What kind of question is that? Chocolate makes you break out? Yeah. So if chocolate makes you break out, you can't consume chocolate. That's just the bottom line to it. There is no replacement for chocolate, y'all. Understand that. There is no replacement for chocolate. Maybe vanilla, but vanilla is not chocolate. So I don't know what to tell you. If you can't have chocolate, I'm sorry for you. But chocolate doesn't do anything harmful to me. What's my favorite 9mm EDC? Well, I have a Springfield XD. I have a Springfield XD that I carry. I like that one. My doctor told me I shouldn't work out until I'm better. That don't even make sense. I told him, all right, don't send me a bill until I pay you. Wait. That was good. That was funny as fuck. That was funny. That was good. I was about to say it don't make no damn sense. My doctor told me I shouldn't work. Oh man, that is an excellent response, yo. Yes. And matter of fact, I know a guy. He has gout, and another guy from my job, he has gout, right, and is fucking up his left foot. And one other guy that usually gets gout told him to eat cherries. Turned out the cherries have a particular antioxidant in it that reduced the inflammation from the gout, right? He ate the cherries. He ate a bunch of cherries, and the gout inflammation went down. So, I mean, you have to figure it out for yourself. But I can tell you that processed crap is not good for anybody. Particularly industrial seed oils. Get that out of there. Margarine, get that out of there. Get all that bullshit out. I use a lot of animal fat. I use beef tallow. I use mostly beef tallow and butter. Beef tallow has a high smoke point, so I can use that to deep fry potatoes or chicken or whatever I want to fry. And it's not greasy. It cooks, it fries clean, and I have no issues after I eat it. I don't feel any inflammation. I don't feel any pain. Because I got a bad back and all that other shit. So bad shoulder, knees, and when I eat that type of stuff, I don't get inflammation from it. But if I eat a bunch of processed crap, I feel it almost immediately. As soon as I eat it, like 30, 40 minutes or less, I start to feel, oh, my shoulder's inflamed, my knee's inflamed, my knee fills up with fluid. You know what I'm saying? I get liquid in my knee. But I just got to doing a workout where I'm doing all this type of stuff, and my knee is not swollen. My knee is not inflamed. But see, this morning before my workout, I did a whole 3 hour and some change workout. This morning before my workout, I had this I had this bar from the farm, off the farm or something, from the company Off the Farm, and I wanted to try it. It's like a protein bar made out of peanut butter and honey and chocolate or jelly, which they use dates and strawberries. So they have a chocolate and peanut butter. They got a chocolate strawberry, and they got they call it PB and jelly, and they also have just a straight peanut butter. I had that this morning. 400 is a bar, 100 grams, like 400 and some calories, and it's sweetened with honey, and it's sweetened with no industrial seed oils. They use, what did they use? They use whey protein for the protein, and they used I forgot what fat they use, but no inflammation, no issue with that. So you just got to figure out what works for you. Am I offending LTI? What's that? Blueberries solve acid reflux. I used to still eat a lot of chocolate bars, like Reese's, especially when that's not good. You like Sig P36? I've never fired one. I don't own any Sigs. My mom has gout and she's still addicted to soda. Some people just some people just can't stop. Blueberry solve acid reflux. I used to have acid reflux bad when I was doing keto. And I was starting to get acid reflux. So all I was eating on keto was like meat and like spinach or broccoli and animal fat. And I thought it was the animal fat in the meat. Maybe I was eating too much. Maybe I'm getting too much acid from this. And I was eating a lot of green vegetables. I was eating a lot of spinach, bok choy, broccoli, kale, all that type of shit when I was on keto. And I thought it was maybe I'm eating too much animal fat and it's causing too much acid and all this, that. And I had to experiment. I got the greens out of my diet just to try it out, because I looked up this thing called the FODMAP diet, and I saw that broccoli and all these different green vegetables were on the high FODMAP list. And I was like, let me try that. So I eliminated all green vegetables. Just got them out of there. Haven't had acid reflux since I stopped doing that. And I still eat animal fat. I still eat fruit. I still eat honey and maple syrup and whatnot. And I don't get acid reflux anymore. This shit's kind of crazy. I eliminated green vegetables and my acid reflux went away. But that's for me. That's me. Stress is a real killer. But there are certain foods that can add to your level of stress and could aggravate how you deal with stress. Food is linked to a lot of things with you, right? Food is linked to your mental health and your physical health. Not yours, says Trump or Biden. Neither one. Me. Myself. Me. That's who I'm choosing. Jay with Open Eyes says, I'm glad you differentiate between real chocolate and sugar-filled chocolate bars. Yeah, no, fuck that. I like to get like 86%, you know what I'm saying? Or even, I might even do 100% dark chocolate if I'm making like a protein shake. If I'm making a little protein shake, you know, when I throw the protein and the ice and all that stuff in there with the, I might throw that in there to add a little richness to it. Because chocolate is high in fat. And when you throw it in the shake, it adds some creaminess to it. I can eat high fat foods with all these calories that they say is going to make you fat, and it doesn't do that for me. It doesn't make me bloated. So if I eat a lot of animal fat in a meal, I don't feel like, you know. But let's say I eat a pizza. After I eat a pizza, man, I feel like I don't feel good. I feel greasy. I feel like, you know, I do feel like I'm bloated and fat. But it's really just all that bread that's probably got all this processed crap in it. But if I eat, then that's a typical pizza. But if I eat a pizza with salmonella, or I forgot what that particular type of wheat dough is that you get from Italy, Smanola, or I forgot what the fuck how to pronounce it. But when I eat pizza with that type of dough that comes from Italy, and the real sauce and the sauce without the high sugar and the high fructose corn syrup, tomato sauce, you know, pizza sauce that doesn't have all that bullshit in it, with, you know, the cheese, I don't feel like that. So you got to really figure it out. Yeah, the addiction does run strong. I have doubled the amount of meat I eat every day so I can make efforts to be random. Make the efforts of a random vegan futile. You funny. Sam Garcia, damn it, this man is fire. Huh? What are you talking about? When I went vegan, I was eating a lot of cruciferous vegetables and carrots. My bloating and IBS was the worst. Yeah, fuck all the vegetables. Junk food will make the stress worse because when you can't get it more, you become agitated when you can't get it. Yep, exactly. Samuel Garcia, we're not here for that. Anyway, y'all, junk food is the worst. And for me, when I tell people I don't eat vegetables, they look at me like I'm crazy. Because they see how fit I am and how energetic and healthy and all the extra, you know, how fit I am. And they're like, you don't eat vegetables? No, I don't eat vegetables. But I'll eat some fruit. Sugar addiction is there. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get up in here, getting ready to go, hang out with my kids, and go to the park, and then do and do our little errands for today. I had to ditch bread completely because even when eating sourdough, because it still had wheat. Yep. Yeah. Some people can't eat any wheat whatsoever. I mean, sourdough works really good with me. Like, if I get real sourdough from homemade sourdough from somebody, I don't have any issue with it. I went to Chick-fil-A last night, ate at 8, and now I feel like I'm yeah. I stay away when I found out all the bullshit they put in Chick-fil-A. I was like, man, and them sauces, that shit is garbage. All that shit is garbage, y'all. All that shit is garbage. Stop eating Chick-fil-A. Stop eating things that have the similar ingredients to Chick-fil-A, and you'll be better off. Then from there, you can figure out, okay, add in vegetables. Add in particular types of vegetables. Can I eat this? Will this make me feel bad? What about honey and maple syrup? What if I just do meat, salt, and water? Let me try that. You know, do different things to help figure out what way of eating is best for you. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for coming through. Please hit that like button. Animal fats will lubricate the colon so you don't get constipated. Exactly. As a matter of fact, people think that if you overconsume fat, animal fat, that it'll get stored as fat. That's not true. Your body will only retain a certain amount of animal fat, or really just fat in general, depending on the type of fat, like animal fat or whatever. If you overconsume animal fat, your body will just get rid of it, and you might get a little diarrhea. So your body doesn't necessarily store animal fat as fat, right? People think, oh, well, it's fat. It doesn't have to be converted to fat because it's already fat. So yeah, my body just going to absorb it. No, it uses it for energy. It'll use it for energy, but when it has too much, more than you need for energy, and you're active, then yeah, you will release it through your colon. Good. Butter is really good. I like butter and eggs. Throw a lot of butter and some eggs. Ooh wee. People don't understand the beauty of high quality animal fat. That is, you can't overeat because it's so it is satiating. But if you eat it past satiation, it's still, your body will use it in the colon. Like it'll, and you, like I said, you might get some diarrhea if you overconsume fat. But like I said, if you overconsume fat in a sitting or in a day, it'll release that, right? Especially if you're active, because it has no reason to hold on to it because you're active. It uses it for quick energy. Well, not quick energy. Really, your body will consume carbs for that immediate energy, and then it'll go to the fat stored on your body. But if you're eating fat throughout the day, it'll use that for energy as well, if it doesn't have a whole lot of carbs. But if you have a good, if you eat more fat than carbs, then it'll use the fat. It'll use the carbs up still. So your body will use the carbs first. In reality, carbs will be stored as fat if you overconsume it before fat would. But they like to tell you, oh well, now if you eat processed fat, right, like industrial seed oils and whatnot, that will get stored in your fat because it's toxic, right? Your body doesn't really know what to do with it, right? It doesn't want to put it through your entire system. It'll store it as fat, and then it'll, once you burn that fat, your body will release the toxins. And a lot of people don't know. People think that you're losing fat through sweat. No, you're losing it through respiration. Your body uses the fat, right? And it'll in the cell, right? The mitochondria will use it as energy. And then the waste product of that comes out in CO2, right? The shit you breathe out. Yeah. Fat comes out through your breath. And, through waste, but, not necessarily sweat. So the more you breathe throughout the day, and that's why cardiovascular exercise is so good, because you're using so many breaths in your body, creating so much waste using your fat as energy that, yeah, you lose fat through breathing. That's where most of the fat gets lost through. Imagine the look on people's face when I tell them I stopped eating most plant foods to ease my digestive issues. They completely shatters the mainstream. Yeah, because they don't understand that plants have defense chemicals in it. Plants have defense chemicals in it so that when you eat it, it causes a negative reaction. And what animals in nature understand is that, oh, I ate this, it's bitter, I don't want it no more. But humans think bitter foods means that you should eat more of it. Now, do some bitter foods have healthy qualities? Yes, right? Can you use some, like some spices and whatnot to a certain degree? Sure. But understand that bitterness is your body telling you that you should not consume it. But people think that you should consume all these bitters and this, that, and third, and it's great for you. Well, one of the only bitters I do consume is Korean red ginseng. And the reason I consume Korean red ginseng is because they grow it for 6 years and then they boil the shit out of it, right? They boil it to make it more bioavailable and make it more beneficial. And it's really good. Like it's really good nitric oxide booster. Surplus like potatoes, wheat, oats, and cruciferous also gave the propensity to rot in your colon. Made so much sense when I realized that eating these foods irritate. Yeah, yep. Potatoes will do that. No, hell no. Meat don't even make it to your colon most of the time. Meat don't make it to the colon 9 times out of 10. Not the protein from the meat. Animal fat will. But meat doesn't, like, protein from the meat does not necessarily make it to your colon to rot in your colon. Your body absorbs that. Like, if you get good quality meat, your body might consume 99% of that goddamn meat for the nutrients. Now, if you're eating meat with all these different, hormones and all this other crap, yeah, you might get the waste from that as waste in your colon. But meat itself, come on, man. Animal meat protein, it doesn't even make it to the colon. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't even make it to the large. And 9 times out of 10, it's not even getting to the large intestine. Your body absorbs it. And you're talking about rotting. You need bacteria for food to rot. There's no bacteria in your intestines, in your small intestines. The bacteria is in your large intestine in the colon. Right? So even if it does make it to the colon, there's bacteria in the colon that would consume whatever meat is that will break it down, and it'll get rid of it. If you have more meat, than your body wanted to absorb, then it'll be broken down in the colon, and it won't rot in the colon. It's just the bacteria is breaking it down, so you can shit it out. They're acting like it's just sitting in your colon for 20,000 years. No, that's not what happens. Fiber is definitely undigestible. All right, guys, let me get out of here, man. Much love. Like, share, subscribe, and we're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.